Today's horror manga dubbing narration is The Brain Demon from the horror anthology Kaiki Mandala by Hino Hideshi. If you enjoyed the story at any point in time, please do not hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into this chilling tale. I hope you all enjoy. One summer night when I was still a young boy, I lay in bed wondering what felt so different. My heart was racing, and I couldn't get to sleep. It might have been the full moon that was so bright that night. When I looked out my window, I saw some silhouettes in the moonlight. I couldn't believe my eyes what I was seeing. They appeared to have bat-like wings, and one of them was approaching me. I opened my mouth in awe as it came closer and closer, and then I sprung out of bed. But it went to the veranda next door. What could that be? It let out a loud screech. I looked at the creature in awe as it entered inside the room. It approached my friend Masao. What? Masao? And then let out a loud roar. And that was when it did something absolutely horrific. It used its talons to pry open Masao's head. I couldn't believe what I was seeing as I peered over from the curtain. It pried his head open more and more until his brain was exposed and blood was seeping down his forehead. I had to take a second look. Could this really have been what I was seeing? But then it was true. Something even more grotesque happened. The creature began to burrow inside of its head, its tail wiggling with each passage until just the tip remained. And finally, in a strange turn of events, his head sealed. It was a sight so strange and bizarre, it felt like a dream. I could only stand there staring silently, utterly spellbound. The next morning, Masao was burning up with a fever and remained confined to their bed. It could only be because of that monster, but I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone the terrifying scene I had witnessed. After just a few days, Masao's condition got worse. Then, one night a few days later, I was awoken by a strange noise. It was coming from Masao's room. I peered across my balcony window, looking into his room. And that was when I saw another horrific sight. Masao's entire body was disfigured, boils spawning everywhere, and his eyes popping out. I could only stand there in shock as his head continued to contort. The more I looked, the more it deformed, until his head began to elongate even more, and it bursted. Blood spewing out everywhere. What emerged from his head was the very creature I had seen the other day. It slowly crawled out, making its way toward the window. As I watched in complete and utter horror, The creature bore its wings, fluttering out from the window toward the night sky, its body illuminated by the moonlight. My body chattered and shivered, clamming up as Masao lay there. Ever since then, Masao's mind has been completely destroyed. I look at him with pity and confusion. It was much later in a dusty corner of a used bookstore that I discovered the true nature of that monster.
Oh?
Brain demon, Numaki. It's a parasite of the human mind that feasts on the brain matter. Those unfortunate to be infected develop a high fever over time, and then eventually their mind is destroyed. On nights of the full moon, it slithers forth from the shadows and enters a person's brain. And ever since that night, I've been overtaken by an overwhelming fear of the full moon. The brain demon is out there right now, eating some poor soul's mind. You could be next. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. I'd like to take this time to give a very special thanks to my Patreons and YouTube members: Sarah De Jesus, Motosurf, Cleo, Minue, Tago, Andre Wolf, Voodoo, Louise V, and Alex S. Thank you so much everyone, and remember, you're important and you matter. Have a great night everyone. Goodbye.